Hi, I'm Sharon Sharp Williams, and this is Wow Natchez.
If you don't know about Wow Natchez, subscribe now. It's going to give you nuances that you never knew about this wonderful city on the river. Subscribe to Wow Natchez. You will be wowed.
Welcome to this episode of Wow Natchez, and we are here today with Les Warren. Les, are you from Natchez?
No, I'm from Cleveland, Mississippi, the Delta.
Oh, wow.
But I feel like Natchez is home.
Yes.
Any place in Mississippi is home.
Right, the Delta. I mean, that's a very interesting place to visit, too. We need to have an episode about that.
And Jerry has our set designed with the Delta, McCarty Pottery, which is from Marigold, just a hop and skip and jump outside of Cleveland.
Wow.
And I grew up on McCarty, so.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit about your childhood. Do you have any favorite childhood experiences?
Well, I was very influenced by my mother and my grandmother, cooking and flowers and gardening, that sort of thing. But growing up outside of Cleveland, I basically grew up in Rosedale, Mississippi.
Okay.
And we were right there on the levee. And some of my favorite memories was when we would have a snow, which was more prolific back then than it is now.
Yes.
Going to the levee and skiing down and having a campfire, and my mother bringing up brownies and cookies and chocolate, hot chocolate.
Oh,
and ski, not really skiing, but sledding down the
yes.
levee. And that doesn't happen rarely anymore. It used to be really common.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting too.
I'm dating myself.
No. Well, how did you hear about Natchez?
Growing up, my mother and grandmother, but then a new epiphany when my friends Michael and Jerry moved here. And it kind of rekindled my love about the history that's here in Natchez, and the culture and the food and the architecture, but history.
Yes.
And learning again what I had forgotten, that Natchez is older than New Orleans.
Right, I know. So many people don't realize that.
And the basic industry is tourism.
Mm-hmm.
I had forgotten that. So that was extremely important. Making a trek back to Mississippi and having Natchez as a stopover on my way home to Cleveland, the Delta.
Right, well, that's great. Well, let me ask this. What are the qualities about Natchez that some of the most important things that, like tourists, you would tell tourists about?
I'm going to repeat myself. The culture,
Okay.
the nuance of art,
Mm-hmm.
architecture, food, hospitality, the warmth that's here, that we're on the river,
Mm-hmm.
which makes us, what? Special.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that Natchez has to offer that Natchez probably doesn't pay attention to. The hospitality, the people, the culture that's here is unbelievable. It's
Right.
just, the warmth, it's just incredible.
Yes, it is. So, all right, my understanding is you're visiting Natchez right now, but are you ever thinking about maybe moving here?
You've been cued, if you not. I've used this as a layover, and it's been wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in and out maybe 2-3 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
My mother, who recently deceased, but I still have business in Cleveland, and I have friends in Cleveland. I don't want to lose that. Could I move to Natchez? Possibly, but I do love Texas, and this transition to the Delta is just unbelievable. It's like a mecca for me to stop
Mm-hmm.
and then move on to the Delta.
Right.
So I don't want to not answer your question, but there's a possibility.
Okay, well, that's great. Well, what is one word that you feel would best describe yourself?
Me? I'm a very social person, so I don't want to say this word to compliment myself, but I think I'm gregarious.
That's a great word.
I love people. I love to be around people.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm passionate
Mm-hmm.
about certain things and honest to a fault.
Right. Okay.
So I can't do it in one word. Sorry.
That's right. That's all right. That's all right. Some people have to have a few words.
Yes.
Les, since you're a seasoned professor, what advice would you give a 20-year-old Les Warren today?
Probably to make a priority list of what's important that I want to get done today, tomorrow, 5 years, 10 years, and have a projected agenda as to what do I need to do that is really crucial right now, and not delay that. Pros and cons. What's most important? What is the least important?
That's great advice because when I was in college, I was a queen of procrastination.
Oh, yeah, I can do that too. Okay.
So that's great advice.
Yeah.
All right, if you had a favorite, do you have a favorite movie?
Oh, geez, I'm a movie fanatic. So that's kind of difficult. And I'm probably going to answer this question and I'll go, oh, that's so superficial. But I feel that The Wizard of Oz has so many nuances and there's so many social issues in that movie and the irony, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And then I flip over to Kill a Mockingbird. So those are I can't pick just one.
Yes.
I'm a movie person and I love both of those movies.
Well, perfect.
Because I think they're based on morals
Mm-hmm.
and things we need to base our life on
We sure do.
and what's important.
Yes, that's very important. Well, what are the things that you feel that maybe Natchez as a city can improve on for our tourist industry and just making our city better than it is?
I think you're doing an incredible job. I think there needs to be more focus on the history
Mm-hmm.
and the culture and the architecture
Mm-hmm.
and the food and the local events that you have that need to be beyond just Natchez, but the southern states of Mississippi and Louisiana and Arkansas and Texas and all the surrounding states. I think you've got so much to offer, and I don't think it's communicated to me in the state of Texas the way it should be, because as a lover of Natchez, it's incredible, and I think it needs to be incorporated into the different tourism bureaus in the surrounding states. I don't think they have a clue of how much you have to offer on a daily, monthly, weekly basis.
Right, and that's exactly why we began this Wow Natchez. And we are so excited to be here with you today, and we have enjoyed getting to know you.
Right.
And I feel like, I can't wait to go visit the Delta now either. Thank you so much for being with us today, Les, and we have so enjoyed our time together. And remember to hit like and subscribe to Wow Natchez, and we've got more episodes coming your way.